Who is this?
Welcome, Vikings fans. This is the Full SKOL Podcast.
Let's go!
Well, that
Fellas,
wasn't very smooth.
I got to tell you guys something.
Great
All right?
transition.
Yeah.
As a head coach, when you get through some rough patches and you see what it could be like to be your truest form as a team, what you envisioned as a football team, but to get there, all right, we've had to endure when it comes to thinking about what this game really means to you, thinking about what's important to you about being a great teammate, what being a Minnesota Viking is all about. And you don't do what you've done over these last 2 weeks at this point in the year without that. All right, we got a lot of ball left. And if we do some of these things from a standpoint of 12 explosives on offense, 6.4 yards of play, all right, we scored at one point on 6 of 7 possessions. All right, defensively, you held them to 2 of 12 on third down. All right, 2 of 5 in the red zone. All right, I'd say that's situational masters. All right, and then we got 3 specialists that we'll talk about because they showed up. The last 2 games have been complimentary football, but more than that, we got each other's back. And it matters. Everything matters. The way you work, the way you persevere through these games. I mean, I don't know if I've been more proud at a point in time of being the head coach here just because of what this really means and your guys' commitment to staying the course. All right? Offensive line, I'm going to start with you guys. All right, we knew that'd be a good front, right? We knew. All right, you guys just kept going. But most importantly, you did not allow a sack against a team that had to have them. All right, they had to have them. This guy's made some huge plays. Time and time again this season. All right, he came in here 4 years ago, and all he's done is grow and grow and grow. And now this game makes sense to him. Now this guy goes out and just makes plays. Whenever your numbers fall, you make a play.
2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for Steve.
2 outstanding performances back to back. All right, your quarterback, JJ McCarthy. This guy had 1 sack and 3 QB hits. All right, he left everything out there on the field. He just continues to grind for us. He's hurting, but I'm so proud of you, man. Hell of a job, JJ. It's in games, Sunday Night Football, it's easy to look. We got a lot of world-class football players in this locker room. But our specialists all year long have been world-class. All right, bear with me here for a second, because first and foremost, this was Andrew DePaula's 150th career game.
Our all-pro long snapper. He goes to the Pro Bowl every year. Long snapper.
This guy right here had 2 inside the 20. He's been lights out all year long. Right, where you at?
Big boy. The big boy. Yeah.
If you had any doubts when Will Recker went on the field to put the game away,
No.
I highly question your intelligence. This guy is clutch. This guy he's got ice in his veins. All right, and he's going to continue to do this for a long time for this organization. Will Recker!
Throw, baby.
Hold on. Look, I'm going to pause it. Zoom in on that. You're going to tell me.
He's not a carball.
Are you going to sit there and look at that face? You know what I'm going to start doing from now on, Jim? Every time I post like a family picture online, I'm going to Photoshop Will the Thrill into every single family photo of the Carvajols. Dude, that is a Carbajal right there. There's no doubt about it.
Just for you, Chato.
Hey, it's important you guys soak this up. All right, soak it up because you put too much work in.
Some questions answered. I tell you what.
The noise is loud sometimes, but all you guys do is continue to go back to work and improve and improve. All right, we got to have another good week of prep. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
We got 3 more guaranteed. And I don't know about y'all, but I love every single with you boys.
Yes, sir.
Let's make this count. Family on me, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
Yeah,
dude, this calls for.
Yeah, I have Viking berry monster juice.
Shout out to my buddy Eric Hansen from Urban Winery in Minot, North Dakota.
Minot. Why not Minot? Is that them North Dakota grapes? That tastes like fertilizer and manure.
It's actually really, really good. No, they're not North Dakota grapes. He gets them from California somewhere.
Oh,
but anyways,
very good. What? I mean, what a stretch! 2 weeks
on the roller coaster that we knew that this season was going to be, and then there was definitely a time a couple weeks ago where I thought I would never not use the intro ever again this entire season. Yeah, I thought the trombone was going to get wore out. I was going to have to be putting new batteries in it before the end of the season, and that is not like it had like we're out of the playoffs, and that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's fine. But what we wanted as our consolation prize was to see consistent improvement from McCarthy. Now, Dallas isn't exactly dominant, right?
Still the Cowboys. I mean,
they have their own problems. But
they're a lot like us.
They were in playoff contention until
they're technically
not eliminated
yet. They have to win the division. They're eliminated from wild card contention. They have to win the division, which means they have to win the next 3, and the Eagles have to lose the next 3. So basically, they're out of the playoffs because the Eagles are not losing. I think the Eagles play the Commanders twice and the Giants once. So the Eagles are going to win the next 3, and the Lions or the Cowboys, who knows what they're going to do. But so we've knocked them out of wild card contention. The only way they get it is if they win the division, which they will not. So essentially, we knocked them out of the playoffs.
It seems very unlikely that would happen.
Yeah. Like 2% or something chance.
And we're kind of not used to this position, but we're playing spoilers, and there's a lot of spoiling that we can do yet in these last few games of the season. But before we get into that, I mean, let's just go ahead and talk about this game. Give us the.
Well, I wanted to piggyback off of the end of the KOC speech there. As far as I don't know how many, like the people that are watching this show, which I mean, obviously, realistically, it's not very many. We get a couple dozen or something like that. But I don't know how many of you are lifelong or seasoned veteran fans like Dale and I are. But there has been kicker PTSD in our lifetime forever. And that has completely gone away with Will Reichert for me. It does not cross my mind that he is going to go up there and miss. He has missed 2 kicks all year, and both of those, one of them for sure hit a wire, and it looked like both of them hit wires that were like camera wires and stuff like that. So he should be perfect on the season, but zero fear. The dude, we have our kicker. Give that man a 10-year contract if he wants it, like whatever. So I just wanted to say that because it feels so good to know ice a game, to win a game, whatever it is, Will is going to be money. So I just want to throw that out there. Oh, look.
Say hi to Rose there. She's being incensed.
Teddy.
Can you let me do this episode,
Teddy.
please?
Oh,
no,
Teddy.
You don't get to bite that. All right. No, you don't get to eat that either. All right, get out of here.
Okay. So, JJ, okay, so the numbers from the week, obviously, Big win, 34-26 in Dallas. Bravo was there. Andrew and his daughter.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
And Shay was there. Andrew's girlfriend or something like that. He's got Bravo family down there in Dallas, and so a couple of them went and stuff like that. And they were right there close to the field, like lower level, real close. Anyway, but 34-26, huge win. The offense looks really good. JJ McCarthy, 15 for 24 for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And the interception was a fluke, absolute fluke. I mean, I put in the text thread, we couldn't have started any worse, but it was so weird. It's so weird because, like, it's a batted ball. Like, what does KOC call it? It's a block shot. And then JJ's trying to bat it down. He hits it right into the dude. He catch the big old fat lineman. How do you catch that, dude? Like, you know what I mean? So the chances of that happening again, I mean, it was just a bad, it was just a fluke. It's just a fluke. But then of course the fake field, we held him to 3 and out, fake field goal over the shoulder. I'm like, really, dude?
That was kind of slick though. I mean,
it was really nice. The no look, just straight up.
That was like, I watched, I was like, dude, that was pretty slick.
That was nice. Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, you got to give it to him because obviously.
Yeah. Give credit where credit's due. That was pretty slick play. I mean,
so and they scored on that drive, but their offense really, Dallas. I mean, the defense holds up again. Well, we heard it 2 for 12 on third down and 2 for 5 in the red zone or something like that. So, Dak Prescott did not throw a touchdown. I know because I had a bonus bet that I used, a free $25 bonus bet, and I did not hit because of that. Oh, you take care of the baby. So yeah, McCarthy 15 of 24, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. We ran the ball well. Well, actually, it didn't look like we ran the ball that great. Aaron Jones 12 of 34 for 2.8 average. Jordan Mason 10 of 29 for 2.9. But we did have like McCarthy. I mean, KOC was saying 6 point something on per play, but a lot of that was in the passing game. Jordan Addison 2 for 66, TJ 4 for 66, average of 16.5. Of course, Jordan Addison 33 average. Jalen Naylor 3 for 47, 15.7. Aaron Jones 3 for 31. Justin Jefferson, which we have to come back to him, 2 for 22, 11-yard average. Jalen Naylor, of course, had 2 touchdowns. Speedy Naylor, as we call him. The defense played well. Miles Price had some decent returns, average of like 24 yards per return. Will was 2 for 2 with a 53-yarder in there, 4 extra points. Ryan Wright, 2 big old punts, 112-yard net. I mean, just an overall really good game. It was tied at halftime, 17-17, and then we just kind of took off from there. It was 24-23 at the third, and then we ended up 34-26. So, I mean, it's like you said in our intro there, what have we been saying for the last 3 or 4 weeks? We want JJ McCarthy to finish the season, and we want to see continued improvement. I mean, it's exactly what we've been asking for. It's exactly what we've been asking for.
And I thought there was a big jump from last week to this week. Honestly, like he was throwing lasers. And
go ahead.
No, and just like I wanted to bring up, and we can touch on this a little bit later. JJ should have had a touchdown.
We need to talk about JJ, but I wanted to talk about Jets.
Jettas,
I wanted to talk about JJ McCarthy during the game, watching it with my boys in the second half. There was a throw to TJ Hawkinson down the seam that had, I mean, the touch on that, the touchdown to Naylor in the corner where he I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, where he was laying there afterward. That was a drop in the bucket. I mean,
yeah.
That's one thing in the last 2 weeks that we have not seen is that air ball way over the top, throw it away. Yep. Yeah.
Now Addison had to slow up a little bit for his deep.
No, yeah. I'm like, dude, man, really?
If he could have put more on that. I mean, Addison must have broke his coverage early because he was free.
I think that he did. When they replayed that, it was just gone.
3-3, man. He was just out there by himself, dude. Like,
and I know that McCarthy's got that cannon to get there. He must have took a little bit off of that because
he was probably afraid he was probably afraid he's going to overthrow him, which is what he has been doing, right? Honestly, I mean, he's been overthrowing people, so he was probably like, "Don't put as much," and really, that's when he needed to air it out because
he had
to slow up a lot, which let that defender get on him.
Yeah,
like if you'd have dropped that right over the shoulder and stride,
he's pulling away from that defender for sure. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the touch, you're right. I agree because 2 weeks ago, I don't remember seeing any of those touch passes. It was more rifle bullet shots, 10 yards down the field, whatever. But some of these drop in the bucket type passes were, I mean, they were phenomenal. It's there. We got to come back to Jefferson and
but on McCarthy, quick before we move on, how reactionary our fans are, which we were just a couple weeks ago, and how much has that? There's no peep, like there's nothing to be said for the JJ haters out there. There's nothing to be said. He's showing you what KOC and everybody else has seen and the potential that was in this kid. And, I'm going to go ahead and cut him those first 2-3 games of slack. Like, those are your first 3 real big league starts right there. I'm going to go ahead and forget I didn't see those because what I'm seeing now, his poise in the pocket, his field awareness. And so as he learns and matures and grows and we can start adding more complex plays, and to give credit where credit is due, the big knock on KOC is not calling games that are within his skill set. Well, I don't think that he's not doing that. Like he obviously is because he's playing great. So whether he simplified it or McCarthy learned it or a combination of the two,
I think it's a combination.
Working. And you got to give KOC credit. So all the same thing. I'm not hearing anybody. Obviously, it's pretty hard to say we need to fire our coach when you want to. So. But like they're just. But I mean, the boo birds and those negative Nancy's will come out of the word work as soon as we win one or lose one for sure. But it.
Well, and to that point, I think that, and I don't know, maybe you can chime in too. I'm just curious. I'm wondering, how, like, now that we're out of the playoffs, are they able to just go out there and just play loose and it's like, hey, let's go have some fun? And now all of a sudden, 2 weeks in a row, they look like they're having fun. They're winning games. They're, JJ looks super, super calm and poised, like the game is slowed down. And I know KOC talked about it a little bit too, and we discussed that where he said, let's just forget, like in an X's and O's a couple weeks ago, he was just like, I just told him, let's forget all the mechanic stuff, all this nonsense. Let's just go out there and have some fun and let's go play. And then since then, it seems like McCarthy is just getting better and better because I think he's got out of his head. Like, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago that is Kevin O'Connell overcoaching him? It has to be this angle, it has to be that. And Collinsworth touched on it last night because when JJ really throws the ball, he comes off his back foot like a pitcher coming off the rubber, dude. Like he's way up in there. And they were showing correlations to Josh Allen, early on where he's coming completely off his shoes, out of his shoe and kicking that right foot up and slinging it. And his body's way over to the side and stuff like that. And then they show him where, he's stepping with 2 feet and he's just rifling that ball to these, 15 yards and in kind of thing. So, but I'm like, what if it works? Let the kid just play. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for now, I think that's something to fix in the offseason, though, because I do think it is something that needs to be fixed. It's great that you're young and you have this upper body strength to do that, but you're not going to have the longevity to keep doing that. That power comes from your legs. You got to utilize your legs. It's great that you have it because there's going to be times where you're running and you got to jump and throw and cross your body. There's going to be times where you absolutely need that upper body strength. You don't need to wear your pitching arm out because that's all you're throwing with. So, but it's it's not something I'm concerned with. I think that is just like you said, Josh Allen. That I think that is something you can coach out of him. He can train. That's going to take that's going to take repetitions and just doing drills in the off season. That's not something you learn in real time. Let's not worry about exactly. It's like we only have 4 days to prepare for the next week's game. I don't have 3 days to give you in running drills and how to set your feet. Just play the game, learn these plays, play like you know how to play, and then we'll deal with that later.
And I think that's probably where the misstep for KOC was trying to attack that in real time during the season, as opposed to just letting them go out and play the season. I think it could have been probably a little bit different. But of course, the game is probably slowed down too. I mean, we talk about his draft class with Drake May and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. Their first season last year as a rookie, they struggled mightily too. And you see Caleb Williams now, and he's out there balling and, hard to get down. And he's making all these throws and all this kind of stuff. And now you're starting to see that out of JJ McCarthy, like the touches, the touch passes are coming. He's still got that cannon for an arm. He takes off running. I mean, that play action ball fake for that touchdown where he gritted into the end zone. Oh my goodness, dude. Like that ball disappeared. It looked like he tucked it under his jersey, dude. Like nobody knew where that ball was.
Everybody out. The cameraman, everybody.
Yeah. I mean,
nobody knew where he was going.
His way in, bro.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, that was so sick, dude. Like the swag on him.
Gritty needs work, but
Well, he's got the ball in his hand. Like, he can't go crazy. He dropped the ball in the water or something. Then we all be like, what is wrong with you?
He also said he got nervous in that moment because he knew. He was like, oh, I got nervous. My gritty wasn't that good. But also, I'm sure he was also like, there was a part of me, it's like, don't get in on sportsman, taunting or whatever. Just get in the end zone and then gritty. I mean, it was pretty cool because it wasn't a full gritty. It was kind of just a foot shuffle. So it's like, all right, they let him do it.
I mean, this little high step in Dion. Remember when Dion used to high step his hand behind his head and kick his legs up and stuff?
I like when Adrian used to drag his toes.
Oh yeah.
He just dragged his toes in. He's like,
yeah.
Love Adrian highlights, dude. They're the best.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you say? He's growing and we're seeing it right in front of us and it feels good. As far as the spoiler and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of things that I think that we can do. I haven't got it all the way down to that week. Like if we win all these, or if we beat, so next week we play the Giants, which if we don't beat the Giants, then the roller coaster ride is for real. Cause the Giants are like 2-13 or something like that. Or 2-12. They are bad team. So we should do what we did to the Commanders, to the Giants. It should be a thorough, just stomping is what it should be. And then we played Detroit on Christmas Day, and then we played Green Bay at the end of the season. So Detroit has like a 30% to make the playoffs after losing to the Rams yesterday, which I think they got hosed a little bit. Like some of them calls, I'm like, really? Like the touchdown call and different stuff like that, but whatever. So Detroit plays the Steelers this coming Sunday, and then they play us on Christmas Day, which is a short week. Coming, they're at home, then they come over to Minneapolis. I mean, I know it's not that far, but it's still a plane ride, coming, and they're not sleeping in their own beds and all that kind of stuff. And then they go to Chicago on January 4th. So we could essentially knock the Lions out of the playoffs on Christmas Day. And then in week 18, we could essentially knock the Packers out of the playoffs, I do believe. The Packers play the Bears this Saturday night. So if the Bears win that, they solidify their stranglehold on the division, which is fine with me. You can have it.
Totally fine with me.
Let the Bears down. Let the Bears win the North. Anybody but the Packers. The Lions don't have a chance, and so knock it out, Bears. Beat them at home. They're in Soldier Field Saturday night, 8:20 kickoff, 8:20 Eastern kickoff, and then they play the Ravens in Lambeau. Lamar Jackson, who stomped the Cincinnati Bengals this past weekend. And then the Packers come to us. And so we could knock out Dallas Cowboys out of the playoffs. We could knock the Detroit Lions out of the playoffs, and we could knock the Packers out of the playoffs. I don't really care so much about the Lions. Like if we knock the Packers out and let the Lions in, so be it. We can sweep. No, actually, the Packers already beat us once, didn't they?
Yeah.
We can split with the Packers, but knock them out of the playoffs.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
That's a winning season right there.
Yeah, that's a silver lining right there. That's a platinum lining. I mean, that is as good of a lining as you can give a cloud right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and if we win out, we end up at 9 and where am I at here? We went out. We end up at 9 and 8. And if
one game under 500.
Yep. One game above 9 and 8. One game above
9 and 8. Yeah.
And
winning record.
And the Lions, who, like I said, they play Detroit. Packers schedule Detroit Lions. So they play the Steelers this week, and then they play us, and they play the Bears. So if they lose 2 out of those 3, then they end up 9 and 8 as well. So we would tie with the Lions, but we'd have the head-to-head because when we beat them on Christmas Day, we have the tiebreaker because we swept them. So we would end up 3rd instead of dead last. And the Lions,
they could slip all the way to last place right at the end of the season. That would feel pretty good.
And they could win. And they could lose all 3 of those. I mean, they're playing the Steelers. The Steelers play tonight, so it's a short week for them. I guess one day because they play on Sunday. But still, the Lions could lose the next 3, and we could beat them by a game. If we went out and stuff like that. So, we talked about losing and trying to get draft picks and stuff like that nobody ever wants to really lose. And these guys, they're playing, like you said, they're playing for their jobs. They're playing for contracts next year. They're playing for other teams' contract. I mean, like, there's a lot.
It's easy to say, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And these guys out there are playing for millions and millions of dollars. They're not going to lay down because you as a fan wants to get a good pick.
Yes.
And Viking, very nice. And they're not going to lay down for that good pick because they don't even know, okay, great, your team got that high pick. Good, awesome. You as a player playing today right now, you're not guaranteed to be on this team next year. You could be traded. Sure. You could be what, so they are looking out for number one, and they have to. And I'm not saying that by throwing shade. Like it is at the end of the day, it's big business.
Big business.
Like this isn't small. This isn't selling homemade sourdough bread at the farmer's market. This is millions of dollars.
Billions, I think.
So it's not a little thing that they're playing for. So obviously, and they're competitors. Like we touched on last week. They just, at the end of the day, they want to win. Like,
yeah, of course. Nobody wants to lose. Who wants to lose? You're a loser. If you want to lose, then you are by definition a loser. Like you're a loser. So, and these guys are not like they're coming together. So, of course, one thing that we discussed a little bit this week was some very cryptic words from one Joe Burrow, kind of wanting out of the Bengals or, this and that. And so now, because, of course, at that time, it's like, dude,
he didn't
whatever
say
it takes. No, he didn't say anything. And it could just be some guys are speculating that it's just kind of a message to the ownership like, hey, I'm not really that happy. Let's do something about it. He's under contract through 2029. So he would have to ask for a trade. Which I don't foresee that happening. However, and okay, JJ McCarthy is looking like he's really good. He's got the last 2 weeks. But if we had an opportunity to get Joe Burrow, and I know that he's been hurt a lot in his career or something.
Well, he's been hurt a lot because he gets hit all the time.
Yeah,
I think he's the most. I think they mentioned like he's the most hit quarterback in the league. Like
over the last 5 years or something. Like that.
Crushed all the time.
Yeah. So obviously, that's just kind of pure speculation. Does he really want out? Of course, everybody, even like ESPN and them, like possible landing destinations, Minnesota's at the top. I mean, you got his college buddy Justin Jefferson. You got the best facility in the NFL based on the players and players' families polls of facility, how they treat their families, like everything about it. Minnesota is the premier destination for free agents, for whatever. So Joe Burrow, How do you? I mean, and you'd have to give up JJ McCarthy.
I don't know. Well, that's the thing. It's just and that's the problem. Like I don't, especially now. I just don't see KOC letting go of his project.
That's Joe Burrow. He's 27 years old.
I get it, dude.
He is in the prime of his career. He's got 7-8 great years left, dude. Like that one to me. That's Joe Burrow.
But it comes down to what do you have to get rid of to get him, though?
Well, what they're talking about is like JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner, 2 first-rounders, something like that. And Dallas Turner's really coming into his own, but that's Joe Burrow. I mean, I don't know. And obviously, like I said, this pure speculation. I mean, there's rumblings for sure, and it's not just Vikings rumblings. It's
I get it.
And Adam Schefter has reported that multiple teams have reached out to him.
Well, of course, they gotta do their job. You know, it's like when someone says, "Oh, the Vikings have content." Oh, of course they did. Pricey wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't send an email or a phone call like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" You know, just to get his pulse on it. That doesn't mean there was any real talk or anything. He made a call to Cincinnati. Okay. Yeah. So what? Every GM better have made a call to Cincinnati.
Jets says, "Hey, buddy, what's up?"
Like hey,
direct text message right to his pal from college. Hey, man, what are you thinking here, buddy?
If you could seamlessly slip him in, that you're going to the Super Bowl. But I don't know that you can do that because you're going to disrupt the team in some way or fashion because it's just that level of a player is not – you're not getting cheap. I'm nervous, speaking of PTSD, of a Herschel Walker type scenario.
Because
he does get hurt. What happens if he comes in here and there goes the ACL, and we gave up 2 first-round picks or this, we gave up that, and it's like now we got rid of McCarthy, and now we have an injured fucking quarterback for another year.
Yeah, I mean, but there's no way to know that doesn't happen again to JJ McCarthy. He's been injury prone, up until the last couple games. You look at Micah Parsons in Green Bay. Green Bay now is not. I mean, he's out for the rest of the year and probably most of next season. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes, ACL. That's a year-long injury. He comes back mid-season at best next year. Week 7, week 8 at best. Maybe week 10 or 12.
Hold on, just need to. Chiefs aren't in the playoffs.
First time since 1998, there is no Peyton Manning, the GOAT, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
No wonder this tastes so good.
28 years with a Manning, a Brady, or a Patrick Mahomes. They won their division 10 years straight. 9 years straight. They won their division. 10 years in the playoffs. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. And who else they say that was there was another team? No, maybe it was just them. But they're completely out. I had a thing here. Let's see of who is in and who is out. I thought, So as of right now, overall in the NFC, the Rams are the only ones that have clinched a playoff spot. They are the number 1 seed as of right now at 11-3. Chicago is 10-4, but they have not clinched yet because they're still. If they lose out and Green Bay wins out, they can win the division, all that kind of stuff. Philadelphia right now at 3 at 9-5. Tampa Bay at 7-7. Look at Tampa Bay; they're winning their division at 7-7.
I know. I remember, I've touched on this a bazillion times, but I remember there was a time. This is when there were 16 games, but Dallas won their division at 8-8, and I think the Vikes were a wild card at 10 and whatever. And it's like, what? We're the 500 ball club.
Well, look at this. So those are the top 4 because they're leading their divisions. Philadelphia at 9-5, Tampa Bay at 7-7. The number 5 seed, Seattle at 11-3, 11-3, and then the 6th seed is San Francisco at 10-4. So San Francisco has the same record as the number 2 seed and Chicago, and Seattle is the same record as the Rams, but because they're in the same division, it's just the same thing that happened to us last year. We went from possibly the number 1 seed with Detroit to the 5th seed. So we don't get a home playoff game. Green Bay is number 7 at 9-4 as of right now, and then Detroit is number 8 at 8-6. And then, of course, the rest of them are in the hunt. Dallas 6-7 at number 10. Minnesota's eliminated. Atlanta's eliminated. The Saints are eliminated. Washington's eliminated. Arizona's eliminated, and the Giants are eliminated at 2-12. So, like I said, there's a lot that can happen here in the next couple. If Green Bay loses all 3, they're 9-7. If Detroit loses all 3, they end up at 8-9, which is probably knocks them out because neither one of them are going to win the division. So Chicago's going to be in, but then that shows the wild card of maybe it can't be Dallas because Green Bay would have a better record and they have a head-to-head. Maybe I don't know how all that works. Like it's hard it gets all convoluted once you start getting into who's got the tiebreakers and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so there's still a lot of football, like KOC said, left. We can definitely do some things, do some damage to some of these teams in our own division and knock them out, play a little spoiler, like you said. But all I'm asking for at this point is just to continue to see JJ McCarthy progress, which is what we're seeing.
At this point, he's progressed. I mean, in my opinion, like for the next 3 games, I just don't want to see him revert. I don't want to see a big drop off. No, that's not to say we're not going to face harder teams. Green Bay is, I would say, better than Dallas. So when we play Green Bay, it's going to be a challenge. We played Detroit. It's going to be a bigger challenge. So we got to judge those against the strength of the team that we're playing. I mean, as far as his success, how he plays against a better team. The last 2 weeks, I've seen what I needed to see to have confidence that we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and the thing with Dallas is that they're 6-6, but they talked about it last night. They touched on it that they struggled earlier on in the season, and they made some free agent pickups at the trade deadline that's really changed it. And they've won was it 4 straight or 3 out of the last 4 or something like that? So they were on an upward trajectory at 6-6. They I remember Collinsworth or somebody saying, Tirico, don't let that 6-6 record fool you. Like they're playing really good football right now, and they're on a little bit of a heater. And we kind of I never really felt much fear at that game at all. I felt like we got this. Like we're handling our business here pretty good. So, they're not a slouch. So, are they Lions or Packers? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that either one of them are that much better than Detroit. Than Dallas.
Now with
Micah Parsons out, that is a huge deal. And what is his name? Watson or Wilson, the wide receiver for the Packers. He went out too last night with something. So I haven't heard if he's back. And basically, from what I've been seeing, is that's been the offense. It's just throw it up to him and let him go and get the ball, and he's been doing it. So the Packers could be really garbage. Like they could be the worst 9-4 team, in the NFL right now. I don't know. I haven't watched them, unless it
right.
somehow. So, of course, Detroit is so just decimated in their secondary and everything else. And Jared Goff is just not. I'm not very impressed. They've never have been. So
we basically have already been up north this entire time, so I don't know that we really need to go up north.
Well, I guess just specifically, Bears are 10-4, Packers are 9-4, Lions are 8-6, and we are 6-8. So we can win out and go 9-8. If the Lions lose out, they go 8-9, so we end up in 3rd place. The Packers lose out, they're 9-7.
My Super Bowl right now
9-7
is literally winning out and not only knocking the Packers out of the playoffs, at least playing a hand, and I'm sure it needs more than just us beating them. but then doing that swap, like watching Detroit be everybody's like Super Bowl favorites at the beginning of the season, and then to finish dead last in our division would feel so good.
With a losing record. With a losing record at 8-9.
Good.
At 8-9, and I have $50 on that. So if somehow we went out and they lose out, I win $50.
Nice, let's go.
Hey, no, I really need
money. We have a show me the money.
Show me the money right there. Exactly. I did win, like I told you. There's a new app called Hard Rock Bet or something like that, and it's a new app here in Michigan for betting, online betting. And a guy at work got me onto it. And so if you win $5 bets, which is what I did, you get $150 in bonus bets. And the bonus bets come in $25 bets. Now, when you do this bonus bet, for those of you who don't know the online sports betting, is that when you do a bonus bet, you only get to keep what you win. Like that bonus bet goes away. It's not like if I win, I get that $25 and I get whatever I win. So like the $5 bet, I put it on a guaranteed win. So that way I could get those $150 bonus bets. So I took Vikings +5 yesterday on one of those bonus bets, free bet, and I won $23, $22.70 something. So, but that's my money. That's not the bonus.
Yeah, that's real. That's real money now. Yeah,
that's real money now. Real money now. So that's kind of the deal with these bonus bets when you get these free bets is you take the sure thing to win $10 or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And because then it comes real money. So yeah, it's $25, and I lost money on it, but you didn't lose any money because now I have real money. I can take that out and put it in my bank account, and put it in my gas tank, or pay rent, which is going to be a struggle this month. So anyway, so
you ask me, like, you want to put a bet in this game, and I just go one word, no.
Yeah. So I did that bonus bet, and I got that. I did lose a bonus bet too. I had Dak passing touchdown, JJ a passing touchdown, Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb 50 yards only, and I didn't hit 2 of those. JJ McCarthy threw a touchdown. Dak did not. Justin Jefferson did not get 50 yards, and CeeDee Lamb did. So I was like, that should be a sure thing, and that was like at +100. That would have been $25 for $25. So
I'm not nearly as superstitious as you are, but it's like since we've stopped betting on them, we're doing a lot better.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to start again. Although I would be pretty tempted to put money on a Jefferson touchdown next week against the Giants.
Well, okay, and that's a great segue. What is wrong with Jets? What's wrong with Jets?
His head just can't be in the game. Like it just like what? I don't know what else he needs to get in the game. I mean, I know he's brushing it off and he says, he's being a team player and he's saying all the right things. Like I'd rather win than get my stats and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But in the back of your mind, you got to know this year, it's got to suck that this is such a smudge on your record. Like you're on pace to be one of the greatest of all time. And this sets you back. It's not saying that you can't get back to it and still claim that throne, but man, this was a deficit. Big time.
How do you
yards and touchdowns? You're just taking a knock.
He's barely he might not get 1,000 yards the first time in his career. And and we were talking at the beginning of the season, $100 on JJ Jets winning the MVP with a 2,000 yard season, and he's not even going to make 1,000.
We can't bet on things. It goes the opposite.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But that. Some of them, okay, yeah, they're, you got to stretch out from him, and he's made those catches in the past. But that touchdown that he dropped, that is inexplicable. That there is no.
It was super catchable. There was some heat on it, but it wasn't the hardest pass he's ever caught.
Yeah, no,
it was right in your hands, hitting him in stride.
I read something from one of these stupid Facebook things that said that that Jefferson said that it was coming in hot, and we know that JJ throws a hard ball. I don't believe that he even said that, because I don't think that JJ would do that, because it's trying to deflect that, saying, "Oh, It's just a little hot." Dude, you have to make that catch. Of course, the one that he did make was pulled back for a procedural penalty, and he caught that touchdown. Yeah. But that one that he dropped, it does. It's right here. It's not like it's up. It's not like it's in front. Right through his hands. Like, you can't ask for a better ball coming in. It wasn't. I don't know. I have seen him drop. I would imagine. I guess I didn't research it completely, how many drops he's had in previous seasons, but
Well,
I think that I've seen more drops this year than all of his other years combined.
Yeah, we've talked about it this year. Like when JJ wasn't playing good, and we were, calling him out as he deserved to be called out. But there was some very catchable balls that people were dropping by everybody, by Speedy, by Addison, by Hawkinson.
But yesterday was only Jets. I don't remember.
No.
I mean, TJ made that amazing catch up the seam. That was like amazing.
Hawk was taking some absolute lasers that were
bullets.
No less hard than what was thrown to JJ, and he was bringing them in. So I don't want to hear it. Like, you got to catch that ball.
Late in the game, my boys were like, "I wanted Jets to get a touchdown." I'm like, I don't feel bad for him at all. He's had his touchdowns. He dropped it. Like, if he doesn't get one, so be it. Like, dude had his chances. I don't want to hear, you only got in the end zone twice. Well, that's honestly, Jets, that's on you, bro. Like, you have to make that catch. I don't know what it is. I don't know. He got that big bag last year. You hate to think that, well, I got paid, so whatever.
I don't think that's the case. He's too much of a competitor, but I don't know. I think there's a real human element of it, like not making the playoffs and just struggling, like I said. And then, it's got to be in the back of his head that his stats have taken a huge hit. And so if you're not fully focused, you're going to play what you're going to play. And nobody has the weight on him. On the other receivers don't have the weight on them to perform at that level that Jettas has. The whole world.
Well, it's like that second touchdown to Speedy when they line up and trips on the right side, and then Jets comes up and he does the in breaking, across the end zone, and Speedy does that little out. I mean, it's one-on-one coverage because two of them are going with Jets every time. So, and I was like, dude, that's a perfect play call because he's going to take the coverage with him, and then Speedy's wide open one-on-one, and he's going to make that catch 9 out of 10 times as long as McCarthy puts it on him, which he did. I mean, just a dot, just boom. And so, a lot of that is, okay, I get that. And so I'm wondering, in my mind, I'm like, is Jets pressing a little bit like, it's fine. I am actually, here comes the ball. I'm open. Here it comes. And then
oh my God, you're passing to me?
Yeah, exactly. You're throwing the ball to me, you know what I mean? But, I mean, McCarthy, it's not for lack of chances because he definitely threw the ball in his direction. I mean, McCarthy only missed 9 passes, and I'll bet 5 of them were to Justin Jefferson.
What did Jets have total yards?
8 targets. He had 22. He was 2 for 8 on his target. 2 for 8. 22 yards is all he had. 11 yards per catch, average, whatever. 2 catches for 22 yards, but 2 of 8. Whereas Jordan Addison, 2 for 2. TJ Hawkinson, 4 for 5. Jalen Naylor, 3 for 5. Aaron Jones, 3 for 3. Justin Jefferson, 2 for 8. Josh Oliver, 1 for 1. That's 6 passes that he did not. Now, some of them, that guy was all over him. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
But JJ McCarthy went 15 for 24. He only had 9 passes where he didn't catch, and 6 of them.
But even when the guy's all over you, I do believe one of those should have been PI. Like he tried, the ball was going to hit him right in the numbers. He couldn't lift his arms up. He couldn't get his arms up because that defender, he was looking at the ball, but he wasn't making a play on the ball because his arms were keeping Jefferson's arms from coming up. Now we scored on that drive, so no blood, no foul. But that should have been pass interference all day. He can't even get his arms up. How are you not throwing a flag on that? If you're not going for the ball, you can't make contact like that. That wasn't incidental contact.
No.
You were looking back, but that's not. The receiver has to be able to lift his arms up, for Christ's sake. And that hit him like right here in the shoulder. He just couldn't get his arms were pinned down.
Couldn't get it down. Yeah, exactly.
That was a great pass. I mean, you want to talk about dropping it in there and threading the needle. I mean, that was an unbelievable pass.
Yeah. So 3, 6, 10, 14, 15 for 8, 10, 20. Oh, well, yeah, we already had that. 15 for 24. What am I thinking? I was adding up the catches, but that's JJ McCarthy, 15 for 24.
Right.
So 9 drops. 9 incompletes, and 6 of them were to Justin Jefferson. I mean,
not good.
Even if he makes 3 of those, he gets a touchdown. He gets 50 yards, 60 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood. 2 for 22. You had 6 catches, bro. You had 6 balls that you did not catch. And some of them are tough, but he's routinely made those catches in the past.
I want to say I don't really want to hear that those are tough, dude. Climbing the ladder, all these all these highlight reel catches that he just impossible catches that he makes. And like, I don't want to hear it, dude. This is what made you.
That's what made you who you
Justin
are.
Jefferson, dude. This is what you're known for. Yeah. And we're not even asking for those. We're just asking you to catch contested balls.
Yeah. And not even
we're not asking for we're not asking for circus catches here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just catch the ball.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a tough one for me. But going forward, if he doesn't get his numbers, I'm not really going to feel bad for him. I just can't. What
happens if we go into next year? McCarthy is much improved. Everything is good, and Jets is still dropping passes. Are we looking at using him for leverage to get what we need? Like,
well, I mean, if he's
you got Speedy, you got Addison
struggling. If he's struggling that much, what do we get for him? I mean, how much?
It's still Justin Jefferson at the end.
Where does this?
Well, that's what I mean. As a business.
Yeah, but he's got all that on film. He's got all this year, and if he struggles into next year, he's got all that on film. I don't foresee that happening. I
don't see that I'm playing devil's advocate, like big time. Like,
I think he's just in a little bit of a funk. I don't know. Like you said, maybe just the headspace is not there because he's struggling. He's pressing a little bit because he can't get the ball, or he hasn't been getting the ball. But I mean, it's there. The numbers are there for sure. So
I definitely want to go on record now and say that's not what I want. I mean, I want to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to see JJ to JJ for the next 10 years. You know, or more. Yeah. Like, I don't want. That's not what I want. I want to see them become, a Steve Young, Jerry Rice. I want to see just a Hall of Fame connection by these guys for forever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'm just talking what ifs and scenarios.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's pure speculation, and would never want Jets to leave. But I guess kind of to put a bow on it, I'm going to a high school basketball game here with Jeremiah in just a few minutes. But this is exactly what we've wanted to see. What we've been asking for the last couple of weeks is exactly what we wanted to see: some continuity, some togetherness, some chemistry, a little bit of hype. JJ McCarthy settling down. I mean, he looks like what we wanted from day one, and we just got impatient early on in the season, myself included. But yeah, if he continues on this path, I mean, even if he doesn't stack on the next 3 games, but he just maintains, that's good enough for me. But can you imagine if he just keeps like stacking?
Well, that's like what I said. So I've already seen what I need to see. Yeah. But if he stacks, I mean, I'm not going to be mad if he stacks.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah. Keep getting better and better and better. I mean, that'd be awesome. But so let's we'll start wrapping it up. We'll do look ahead to next week, give our predictions, and then our closing statements, and get out of here.
So we have the Giants. The Giants are 2-12. I mean, to me, it's a total domination. It's 42-10, 42-10, 42-10. Everybody gets in. McCarthy runs one in. Jones runs one in. Jets gets 2 touchdowns, doubles his touchdown production.
Speedy
gets a touchdown. Gink with a pick 6. Yeah, maybe a scoop and score from Harry or something. I mean, it gets ugly. And I just pray that that KOC does not take his foot off of their throat and just sends a statement like, you know what? Yeah, this is what here we are. We're
38-17.
42-10, 38-17. I don't have anything.
We never do? We never check our predictions the next week.
We did last year. We didn't this year because it was so bad. Because we had 13-4 as a record.
We need to get better. When we start, we need to, have our opening monologues or whatever, and then go to like, okay, how close? What did you? Let's just go over what our predictions from the
okay.
From the past
so that's got to have to be a new segment. How wrong are we? Something like that.
We're very wrong. We're very, very, very,
or we could call it
close.
We could call it horseshoe and hand grenade section. Like,
Yeah.
you know, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Give them the old Dr. John C. Nelson, horseshoes and hand grenades. So yeah, 42-10. You said what? 36-17?
38. What did I say? 38-17.
38-17. Okay.
I don't even know how we get to 38. I just pulled that number out. Like, popped into my head, so I went with it.
We can get there somewhere. 24, 27, 30.
Throw safety in there.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe they go for 2 at one point just to practice the 2-point conversion or something.
Well, they could miss. You could miss a couple extra points or something freakish, which you got.
Well, that's only 21-17, so it's 21.
We got the Carvajal kid out there.
Yeah, a couple
miss.
field goals in there. Yeah, so 5. What is that? 5 touchdowns and a field goal. That's 38.
Like they say, where there's a will, there's a win.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, I mean, my final statement is what we've been talking about the whole time. Like, this is exactly what we wanted to see. It's good to be a Viking fan again. I mean, it feels good to win always, no matter what. We're out of the playoffs. Okay, no pressure. Just go out there and have fun. And to see him go for it on 4th down, all these kinds of things, I think that's amazing. KOC, he's having a master class in situational football in real time against real players, and it doesn't get any better than that. Like, on-the-job training doesn't get any better at this level because, okay, we lose. All right, big deal. You know what I mean? Like, we're going for it on 4th down. 4th and whatever it is, we're gonna do a 2-point conversion. We're gonna try some little trickery or air the ball out. Let's just see. Why not? You turn the ball over 3 times, big deal. We're gonna
nothing to lose right now.
We got nothing to lose. So I'm loving what I'm seeing. It's fun to watch the games. It's exciting again. And JJ McCarthy, I mean, the hype.
Our last 3 games are basically 3 bonus preseason games, so we get to practice,
and we get to mess up people's playoffs hopes. So
that's my hope. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Excuse me. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I'm good. I'm where we're at. This is for not going to the playoffs, and for as low as we were just a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I can't be any more satisfied than where we're at right now. I mean, I think the future is
like
bright.
I
think McCarthy has saved some jobs within that building. I don't know that Kwesi's head is all the way off the chopping block.
Yeah.
Just because we didn't make the playoffs, but we'll see. So. I don't know. I'm looking forward to next week. It's fun without the pressure of having to win.
Yeah,
it's really fun to watch.
It's fun. Like it's fun to watch.
It's just really like without your heart on the line. It's
I started to feel that a little bit yesterday. I was like, oh, this and that, and then all of a sudden it was like, it doesn't matter. Like, go for it. You're going for it on 4. Well, no, but and it's just like, just totally changed my whole demeanor. Yeah. I'm like, why not? This is amazing training for one JJ McCarthy. I mean, like,
that's right. Go, dude. So. Who? I mean, we brought it up. You got the caveat of Joe Burrow out there, and what at least there'll be something to talk about in the off season. What if anything happens there, and if not, we have it sure looks like we have our franchise quarterback.
It does. I mean, short sample size.
Like what I have seen, and I would have to see some incredible falling off the cliff just in this season for me to abandon that at this point. To think, giving him credit for it being his pretty much rookie year.
Well, we're not going to see that next week, but the last 2 weeks, Christmas Day, a week from Wednesday, a week from Thursday, and then the Packers. Now, those 2 games. Now, of course, he played great against Detroit, though, the first time, but those 2 games will be.
He played good at times against Detroit. So, we'll see. But, I mean, I guess, it comes down with I think now we're not going to really have to worry about it till next year when he has where he is going to be judged, and rightfully so, more harshly beginning of next season, because now you have had a healthy, hopefully, more injuries, hopefully a full healthy off season to fix those mechanics, for
sure.
So and it won't be your effective rookie season anymore. So all your freebie cards are gone. Like now, next year, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, there's no more. Yeah, we give him a pass, a little grace. Nope. Now it's time to show up, because we've seen what you can do. We've seen what you can do, and so now you're going to have to replicate that. And as far as I'm concerned now, I don't see why not. I mean, as long as he can stay healthy, that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah. So I'm as a fan, I'm right where I'm in the best place I could possibly be.
Yeah, 100%.
With the hand that we were dealt for this season, so I'm good. So with that, I will leave you with this. CMI extra long.
Wow.
And I tell you guys, I love you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, and that will never change. I will ride with this group until they don't let us play more games.